Hello soul friends, this is Miriam. Welcome back to my channel. Today's pick a card reading is all about the week ahead. I apologize, I haven't put out a video for the last few days. I actually did make one and I will still post it, but like a bunch of terrible things happened during I think one of the first groups, and so I had to like edit a bunch of stuff out because I kept getting like interrupted by this strange individual that kept calling me. So anyway, it was great. So today we're just going to do a quick little week ahead reading. Remember, no matter your individual beliefs, tarot or oracle reading is your spirit guides coming forward to give you advice, or simply your subconscious mind helping you answer life's ponders. And no matter how you look at that, it's healthy and you are in the right place. Okay, sorry, I was adjusting my camera height there. I had a upgrade on my phone, and I guess it changed how the camera looks. Maybe it made the camera better. This phone's camera sucks. Okay, so let's go ahead and start live shuffling for you for the week ahead. We're gonna do 4 piles today because I'm crazy and I think it'll be okay, but it probably won't. All right. Group 3, I see your cards here already. And I already see group 4. Thank you. That will save us some time. Okay. Let's get you some more good. Oh, this card wants me to say this something for the collective, so we'll save that for the end of the shuffling. But yeah, when a card comes out like that while I'm trying to set up the piles, I'm like, there must be something in there for somebody. We're actually going to wait. We're going to use this deck, but we're going to wait and just use it on your individual readings for clarification. And these will be the ones that we use for your overall energy. So let's go ahead and read what we have for your collective that just came out for all of you. And then I'll put some rocks on here and we can pick our piles. Okay, we have manifest, dreams, journal, moon, sleep. So now is the time to be doing some manifesting. If you're a manifester, if you are somebody who, man, this chick has gorgeous hair. If you are, and I like her outfit too, and her cat. If you are needing to get some rest, or if you are somebody who has thought about manifesting, but you've never actually looked into it, and now is also a time for your guides to tell you that you are ready to study this sort of thing. The moon is here. It's all about intuition and the divine feminine power. Okay. And once you start doing that manifesting, journal about it, right? And then learn the cycles of the moon or how you connect to the moon, and then get some dang sleep chilling. My goodness. If that's what they're saying to do, then we should probably listen. Not to should all over you, but here we are. All right, let's go ahead and get some rocks. Oh, I don't know. This one. Do this one. Let's do stripy rock and citrine. All right. So group 1, here is your rock. Group 2, here is yours. And I'm sorry if it's a rock or a crystal. I don't know the difference, y'all. It could be a gemstone. I wouldn't know the difference between that either. Rose quartz for group 3. I did know what that one was. And some raw citrine for group 4. Okay. Pause if you need, but I think I've probably blah, blah, blah enough. We'll see you in your individual reading all about the week ahead. Bye. Sorry guys, I forgot to say what cards we were using. There's the tarot. And the oracle cards that we'll be using today. All right, sorry about that. Bye. Hi, group 1. So if you picked the little stripy rock, let's go ahead and get in there and find out what's going on with you and your week ahead. Alrighty, starting off, let's look and see. We have number 30, direction, true calling, and life path. Oh my. Okay, number 30. We have 37, enchanted, childlike wonder, fey, gateways. And here is this pretty little thing here. All right, so let's go ahead and, these cards come with so many images, so we're going to talk about it a little bit. Let's see. I'm actually going to read from the books, but I'm going to not make you read them along with me. We're going to go ahead and try it. Just me reading it, and then I'll point things out if we need. If I do that thing, I just get, it just sounds like I can't even read anything. Because there's too much stuff on my camera, and then it blocks what I can see. Okay, we have true callings and wonderful opportunities arise. Be flexible, open, and find that no obstacle will occur. The archer takes aim, and all the preparation for a good strike is in place. In the moment of release, there is a flash of creative surrender, a moment of no thing and no thought, which allows the arrow to connect. Allow the life goals to unfold this way. Streamline more of your passions into place while dissolving distraction. Find the universe dancing in your heartbeat. Wear Amazonite for purification and protection. Its uplifting vibrations make it a great stone for manifestation. When we are most in tune with our life calling, the most magical support manifests. In its simplest terms, it is sometimes referred to in Buddhism as Dharma. Our internal and external worlds move in perfect synchronicity, allowing a clear path to a joyous existence and meaningful residency. Although the path is true and strong, allow great flexibility with the branch of a U, and obstacles become welcome challenges and lessons along the way. The direction can be looked at as the way to enlightenment. Okay, so I feel like a lot of people in this group, it's just a simple week, right? But it seems like some of you are making like a big decision this week that has to do with your true calling or your higher path. And so I feel like you're decided, you're ready, and you're just starting to aim that arrow at what you want. So any kind of big decision that you're doing that has to do with your life path, it feels like this is something that's personal, not something really necessarily to do with work, unless work is like very personal. Same thing with personal relationships. So I feel like it's kind of a mix, but definitely a personal choice of some kind. All right, number 37, enchanted. The crystal that they are saying is the Presley Bluestone. Okay. There is a beauty in an enchanted practice that starts to permeate through the ordinary. The May Queen beckons you to come and play among the wonders in the hedgerows and in the gloaming. Her companions are a shimmering peacock in bejeweled finery and wise owl to watch over the proceedings. Gather items to treasure for your altar and remember to thank the fairy folk for their gifts. Presley Bluestone is a beautiful way to connect with the fae. The very stone used to create Stonehenge and quarried in beautiful Wales. It will stir magic in your bones and make all things seem possible. What enchants you and holds you in the wonder of the moment? It could be the play of light in a reflection or the trance of a cloud formation. People often associate enchantment with the fae folk, the untouchables, and the elementals. Find your spell and binding that will sneak you past the gatekeepers into your own magical realm. With practice, self-enchantment can transform the ordinary and bring a sense of playfulness into your life. I'm still having trouble because, man, that print is small. Okay. So I feel like you're just, with the gateways and the childlike wonder and the owl, and then the peacock, it's like you're ready to make this decision and then let it shine for all to see. Okay. I feel like you are feeling unashamed and ready to take on this challenge. So let's go ahead and get you some tarot. in the intro. I'll do that and splice it in later. All right, let's look and see what we got here. We have the Knight of Wands. Oh yes, taking action. This goes right along with what's going on with you. We have the Ace of Swords. That's all about truth. Oh, wait, hang on. Am I wrong? These cards are a little bit confusing. Hang on. Okay, yeah, I was wrong. This is the Magician. I was like looking down for the swords and then I realized that it was a 1, whereas this one has a wand on the bottom. So I was like, well, that's not right. This looks like a major arcana then. This is the Magician card. So you're making your destiny. And look at this. When we were talking about this stuff earlier, remember we were talking about manifesting? Y'all are totally in sync with this idea of just creating what you need, creating what you want out of this situation, creating what you want out of this week. The Hermit, the Nine of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and last but not least, we have the, not sure. Yep, it's the World. I was like, man, I think that's 21's the World, but maybe there's a 22 card. I have so many cards that have extra cards that I start wondering which ones are actually the original number. Funny. Okay, so you're taking action. You're manifesting your desires. You have the wisdom to do so. You've gained the wisdom with that Hermit energy. And here we have like this saintly girl who is also ready to step into her destiny, to step into her power and do whatever it is that her creator has sent her here to do. No matter what the challenges are, no matter how crazy things get, don't worry, you're not going to have to do any saint craziness. They have to perform miracles, and you know, a lot of times they got horribly executed, so don't worry about that. 9 of Cups is talking about all your wishes coming true in this situation for this week. 4 of Wands is about stability. It's also about, it can be about love, it can be about marriage, it can be about stable friendships. It's also a card of celebration and a card of good times, good health, good wealth, good times. Okay. 2 of Pentacles does show that you're going to be juggling a little bit, okay? And then the World is like a very fantastic completion to the week, all right? So if we break it down day by day, tomorrow you're really putting yourself into action. The next day you're going to be manifesting or like coming into your power a little bit more or doing some extra power things to help manifest this. On the 3rd day, you're going to kind of maybe you have the day off, maybe you have some time to spend to yourself, but you're going to be spending it in hermit mode. So you might be a little quiet at work if you are working. You might not like go out and try to find your coworkers to talk with them. You might just put your head down and get your work done. Or you might stay in that night to like study or something along those lines. But your wisdom is coming through on that day for this situation as well. And then 9 of Cups is also a day of wish fulfillment in this situation. Something coming through very nice on the 4th day. Something that you've been hoping for. The 4 of Wands on the 5th day show you maybe celebrating. So you might go out, you might have some fun with your friends. There might be a little bit of stuff to juggle the next day, possibly because you celebrated so much the 1st, or the 5th day, but the day before this next day. But it still shows you finishing off the week quite strong. So that is awesome. And with that, I shall leave you. Go ahead and tell me if this is helpful in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you would like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. My friends, I thank you for your time and take care. Bye. Hello, group 2. So if you pick this little heart rock, it's kind of brown and dark gray and maybe some black in there. It's really pretty, kind of deserty looking. All right, let's go ahead and get you You're reading all about the week ahead. Okay, let's start with your overall week energy. We have Sovereign number 6, Ascension, Transformation, Visualization, and Sacred. Some of you might wear blue eyeshadow or have dark hair or love cats. Or your guides might be saying to rock that blue eyeshadow tomorrow when you start your week, however you want to look at it. All right. We also have duality, self-awareness, observe, and release. I have no idea what those little birds are, but don't worry, we will read about it in the book. Okay, any other things that I'm getting from this card? I feel like some of you might have to bundle up this week. It might get a little bit colder where you are, but that's not for everyone, just some of you. Okay, let's look and see what the little book has to say about you, my friends. Hi, Lily. It's nice to see you. Lily came out, and that's always good luck. That's a cat, by the way. Miss Lily. All right, I'm just going to read the book because the print is super small. I'm already having a hard enough time seeing it as it is. And, you know, let's go, right? The crystal for you today is lapis lazuli. Unite with your truest sovereign identity today. The divine spark that rests within all souls is ready to be uncovered and nourished. A young woman walks the banks of the Nile Delta and rests in the swaying papyrus. She drinks an elixir of lapis lazuli to stimulate a connection with the ancestors, drawing on their compassion for inner truth. Looking into eyes of her sacred cat companion mirrors the gaze of Hathor and Isis. To ask for assistance and divine knowing. You will be required to go deep today and honor every part of your ongoing transformation. Allow assistance to come forth. Spend time with the old ones and wise ways. Call upon the ascended masters and know you walk hand in hand. You may find powerful healing comes from such visualization and ritual just now. I definitely feel like you've got some kitty cat energy for sure. I feel like when they said to reach out to your ancestors or whatever for help, I always do that, absolutely. But I also feel like some of you might actually be looking at speaking to an older person in your family to help you through this week's energy. But I feel like you're ascending to another level in some way this week that is different than just the average week. Okay, so it's a spiritual thing. That's weird. Group 1 had a spiritual thing too. I wonder if that's going to be a trend today. But if you'd like to check out Group 1, please do so because I am seeing some similarities. I love how her eyeshadow matches the eyes of her cat. Number 6 is a number for home. We have the little symbol for life down here. So it's almost like you are embracing like life how it is this week. Yes, and you're changing the things that you can, but you're just like not sweating the things that you cannot change. And that's a very healthy way to rock the week, my friends. I'm also seeing with transformation that if some of you are watching this reading because you have a week of work ahead of you, sorry, let's change your number there. You're not group 1 anymore. You're group 2. I'm just not even gonna bother. If I say the wrong one, I say the wrong one. Like, I'm just not even having it today, you guys. Like, I don't even have it. I didn't put any jewelry on. I'm in my jammies. I had an awesome video all set up, but it wouldn't work out. And I'm still editing it, trying to get it ready to send out to you guys. And it was long, so I'm sad about it. And I'm terrible at editing. And so now we're just trying to get this week ahead video so that you have a video from me this week. Because I hate leaving y'all hanging when I've been doing so good churning them out. If you are like, what? She's been churning out videos? Yes, go binge all the rest of the videos. There's lots of them. But I feel like you are sort of like dealing with like changes at work or dealing with like some big like to-dos at work. Maybe there's a lot of work drama. And this week your guides are showing that you're just going to be like above that of like, it is what it is. I'm just going to focus on me and my own transformation. I'm going to ask my ancestors for help. I'm going to visualize the best outcome of all the situations that are coming up. And I'm going to focus on what's sacred to me, like my cat or my kids or my hubby or all three or your doggo, okay, or your gerbil, any house pet that you own. All right, let's look at what number 23 duality is telling us today. If I can find the page, you guys. Okay, your stone is black tourmaline. Ooh, that's really good for dispelling and just obliterating negative energy. So yeah, I do feel like there's like, that brought home more of that image of like the toxic workplace environment, just being around like kind of negative people right now. Feeling like you don't want to get sucked into all of that, and then people try to suck you into it, so that's definitely understandable. So maybe wear some black tourmaline if you don't have any black stone can help. All right, be the watcher and quiet observer. Embrace and understand the duality of all things. The fairy is flanked on either side by two chattering birds. They are constantly whispering and never still their conversation back and forth. They often confuse and cloud her judgment, yet she still holds them close and dear. Sometimes she finds wisdom in their counsel if she can calm the chatter for a while and recognize where the constant stories and speculation end. In her eyes, the dark beauty of tourmaline is reflected. This stone is a powerful aid in absorbing and releasing negative energy and thoughts. Our mind weaves a merry dance to and fro in constant conversation with itself. Learn to sit back and listen without attachment. What can be learned from our unconscious dialogue and inner chatter? The dual nature of mind and egoistic thought, when observed, can be a great teacher. Shine a light there. See it rather than be it. Okay. So I feel like this is telling you to, quiet those like that the committee. That's what they call it in AA. They call it the committee, that chattering, angel and demon on your shoulders that are telling you what to do and like fighting over your decisions, right? So your guides are saying to just be quiet and just take both lessons from those two little chattering birds in your mind as you move forward in this week. Okay, let's get some tarot for you for the whole week itself. We have the moon. Let me get my little cheat sheet for these Roman numerals here because I am rusty. Yay, I was right about the moon. Okay, let's keep going. Ooh. Oh, yours are just coming out easily. Yep, and that last one right there. Okay. All right, so we did an overall week thing with the last group, and then we went day by day by day. So we're going to do that. Here's a little extra card for you. This one is justice. Ooh. So you're going to get some balance, some justice, it could be something comes through this week for you that you've been waiting for, like hearing a decision on something. Whatever the situation is, your guides are saying this is a good thing for you, that it's going to feel fair, okay? So if it's some kind of a decision that somebody has to make, or like some kind of a, I don't know, legal thing that you're dealing with, and I don't mean like super serious legal. I mean like super, like I had to deal with a legal thing. Here's a little benign legal thing I had to deal with. I had a jury summons where they sent me a questionnaire and were like, hey, we're going to come get you. And I was like, man, you guys already got me a couple years ago and I don't want to do this again. And so I had to like do the whole get a doctor's note and explain that like if they're going to have me in a public building, they got to do all this special stuff for me. And I was like, man, that'll probably keep me from ever having to be on a jury again. I'd love to be on a jury for like something crazy, you know, like a murder trial. I would love to be on one of those. But if it's just like, oh, you know, this couple is disputing about whatever, I'm like, ugh, boring. I know, I'm such a wonderful civil servant. Okay, going along. Some of you might get summoned for jury duty just because I was talking about that. So we have the World, we have 4 of Wands. We have 9 of Cups. You're getting a lot of the same cards as Group 1. There's a different one, the 8 of Swords. The Hanged Man. Oh, there is a person up there. I was like, it's a guy by a tree, but there's a person in the tree. See her? There she is. This kind of looks like a Rapunzel situation, only Rapunzel's in a tree and not a tower. Or like a Romeo and Juliet situation, except for Juliet's up in a tree and not a bedroom, right, with a balcony. Call that the balcony scene. It's great. Okay, and then we have the 4 of Cups. Okay. Okay. So with the Moon, I see you kind of... It feels like with this chattering in your mind and this transformation and stuff that's going on, you're trying to stay above everything that's happening with this like more negative energy that you have around you. And I'm not saying that there's like horrible negative things coming for you. I feel like you're kind of either in a work environment that kind of sucks, or maybe a family situation where there's just kind of tension and that yucky feeling that's not super severe every single day, but it like builds. And so I feel like part of you is kind of worried about the future and worried about the future that you can't see and wondering if things are going to get better. We have the World, which is this cycle coming to an end, or a cycle coming to an end. 4 of Wands is about balance and celebration and love and marriage and all that good stuff. Some of you might be, when I said family and then when I talked about this stuff, some of you might be having like a marital thing, but your guides are showing that it's going to pass and you're going to be okay. So that fear of the future is something you can let go. Let it go now. You know, don't get the Sunday anxieties over that. 9 of Cups shows your wishes coming true. So that's wonderful. The 8 of Swords does show you feeling a little bit apprehensive about moving forward on something. So we're going to look at that. It's like, what's interesting about this card is usually 8 of Swords is like a woman surrounded by swords without blindfold and her hands are tied and she can't figure out a way to move forward without cutting herself, right? This one actually feels like more protection, like that moose is standing over her while she's either like upset or taking a little nap. I realize she's quite nude, but none of her naughty bits are out, so let's not worry about covering her up because she's tiny. Lily is throwing a fit now. She's galloping through the house. I don't know if you can hear her. With the Hanged Man, that's about changing your perspective about these worries that you have, okay? Changing your perspective about what the situation is in general. It's also about seeing something clearly or seeing something in a new way. And the fact that there's a person here, you might actually be seeing a person in a different way by the end of this week. And then 4 of Cups can be about boredom. It can be about ignoring someone or something, like even a feeling. It can be ignoring a feeling. It also can be about focusing on yourself so much that you don't see what's going on around you, okay? So let's break this down in a way that actually makes sense. It's like there's this like general fear of the future that has to do with that overall energy, and that your guides are saying not to worry because your wishes are going to be granted and there's going to be good balance and celebration to be had because of the outcome. So the week is like, you might be apprehensive about it, but they're showing it going quite well, including the protection, okay? So with the Hanged Man, I feel like they're telling you to look at things differently to avoid feeling Four of Cups. All right. I mean, you could be ignoring somebody, and sometimes you have to, right? Because sometimes there's just nothing left to say. But it's like they're telling you to look at something differently to avoid feeling like Four of Cups. Something about the situation. It's like, I almost feel like that's like looking like the same girl. And so is that one because of her hair. Same with her. And I feel as though, I mean, that could be her too. She just has a wig on. Oh, look, there's another girl with long hair here. See? Some of you might have long hair. Some of you might have blonde hair. Some of you won't, but that's okay. Okay, so let's break this down day by day. We have the moon for the first day. This could be like apprehension for the week, like we talked about, fear of the future. Your guides are also saying to trust your intuition with that card, so go ahead and use that as your lead as you go forward into the week. They are showing a cycle coming to an end early in the week and coming to an end well. So you might finish a project, you might resolve an issue that's been weighing on you. The World card is about something big, though, coming to an end in a good way, completing something in a big way. So you might be finishing up like a class or getting a certificate or something along those lines. With the Four of Wands, we see celebration, probably because of this completion. And it doesn't have to be anything public. It can just be like a completion in your mind, right? I do that. I have like completion goals of like, I'm going to get this thing hammered out. And it can be something so simple as I'm going to drink more water, which I do not do, but I really should start. So just focusing on that one thing and moving forward and having a good outcome for that. Some of you on that third day could end up doing some kind of like more active activity for that celebration. So like you might do something a little unusual, like these guys are riding a horse. Maybe you're like, let's go horseback riding for the day. I know I'm like, that seems so strange, but I mean, people where I live, they do it all the time. There's like, you know, it's like taking a bike ride. They're like, I'm just going to go get the horse and go for a ride. And that would be cool. You know, if you're into that sort of thing, I would be worried about me. I'd be worried about the horse, so I wouldn't do it, but that's up to everybody else. Nine of Cups on the fourth day shows your wishes coming true that day. So if you have something that you're really hoping for Thursday, if you're a traditional week person, or you know, just the fourth day in the next 7 days, something's going to come through that's like, oh, I got what I wanted. Well, that never happens, right? Getting what you want, okay? With the fifth day, so this would be Friday if you're traditional, and then just the fifth day if you're not. The Eight of Swords shows somebody not wanting to move forward because they won't see what's in front of them. And I do see her kind of shielding her face, okay? I feel like in this particular instance, she's like maybe hiding from this moose or cowering from him, but really the moose is her protector. Also, you have your little animal spirit guides here. The moose is definitely somebody that you want to look up and see what kind of energy there. I bet you it has something to do with strength and determination and maybe a quick temper, okay? I remember watching a video the other day and they said moose, you know, they were talking about some silly goose going up and trying to pet a moose. And the moose was like, I don't think so, pal. And just like picked the person up by its antlers and slung them over their back. You know, they're fine. But the announcer said, usually these animals are very calm. And I'm like, that's not what I've been told. I remember of all the wild animals, my parents told me to never, ever try to do anything around. If I saw one even off in the distance, to stay away. It was a moose because they get aggressive. So if somebody told you they're super friendly and you just go up and rub their cute little noses, don't do it. Do not touch their babies. My gosh. I imagine that one of them slinging those antler things and you would feel like somebody beating you to death with a boat. Like a whole boat, not just part of a boat, the whole boat. Okay. So the fifth day, it almost looks like you're going to have like a moment of doubt or a moment of indecision or a moment of misunderstanding, but then you're going to see things for what they clearly are on the sixth day. And so for the last day, if you start feeling that Four of Cups energy, and that's like feeling bored, right? Or feeling like you don't, like the world has nothing to offer you. And it could be, something happens that makes you feel that way. I'm not saying anybody's going to do anything to you, but you might see something that affects your mood that day, or you might just have the Sunday anxieties that we all get before we have to restart our week. Your guides are saying that when you start feeling that coming on that seventh day, to go back to these things that you've learned, okay? That you can trust your intuition, that things are unfolding as they need to, that your wishes are being met, that the situations that you fear, that you don't understand, are actually okay as long as you just look at them under the right lens. And that will help you break that juju towards the end of the week. All right. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you would like to book a private reading, there are ways to do so in the description box. My friends, I thank you and take care. Bye. Hi, group 3. We are moving right along. So let's go ahead. Ooh, and look at your energy for the week ahead. I said, let's go ahead and look at the week ahead. Ugh, anyway. All right, we have 25 expansion, ritual, dance, feast, and fire. You're probably like, I can read that just fine, Miriam. What's your problem? I can't say. It's so dark. All right, so we have a fox. It's wearing a cool little symbol. We have a lady standing next to the fox. So fox is definitely a spiritual animal for you this week. We have a 39, uncover, dowsing, pendulum answers, integrity. Okay. Oh, that's a woodpecker according to the guidebook. So woodpeckers are family critters. Okay. And we're going to read the book, but that's just something I know about woodpeckers, is that they're determined and they're all about family. Like fierce protectors of their family, would die for their family, that kind of thing. So right off the bat, I'm feeling like some of you are very family oriented. And some of you, I feel like, might have like a kid who's been having an issue with like maybe like some bullying. This isn't for everybody, but like some bullying or some like tension at school. And it's like making you go into woodpecker mode. We're like, I want to stop it. Okay. Let's go ahead. Nope. And get the book out. And instead of holding the book in front of the camera so that I can't see and you can probably barely see, I'm going to just go ahead and read it to you. Okay. 25 expansion keywords, ritual, dance, feast, fire, crystal, red jasper. Red jasper looks kind of like this. Okay. And I read, look to the 4 elements today to cleanse, expand, and rejuvenate. Make time to celebrate the new day wrapped in the cloak of Eve. The woman paints the sun and moon in bright colors and bathes in the magic of new beginnings. Bring together feasting and fire to energize and consume the old. Dance the circle to complete a phase and cut the ribbons joined to old ties and vows. May the fox guide you sure-footedly and confidently down the path of new adventures and loving intent. Sometimes a little ritual can give the boost you need. This practice is with intent rather than thought. Intent is a wonderful instigator and lets outcomes fly freely. Bring water, fire, air, and earth into your routine today to balance and energize with beautiful and loving intent. A red jasper stone will ground you safely in any ritual space. So I feel like for some of you, you might, even though we haven't gotten to this card yet, those of you that are worried about your kid, you might be thinking about doing ritual to help protect them. That's awesome. As long as you know what you're doing and you're not going to like hurt anyone or do anything like that. Blah, 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 blah. I got to put my disclaimer in there. It feels like you possibly are looking into some kind of ritual work to help you out this week. They're also saying that, you already have fire as part of your main message here. And so your guides are actually saying to work with the other elements this week to kind of bring that fire into balance, because I feel like there's definitely some fiery energy in this group and you don't want to explode into a ball of destruction. It's a very cautionary reading. What's going on, group 3? You ready to go meet somebody outside? Have a little Irish discussion? I can say that because I'm Irish, all right? Don't give me a hard time. A little Irish discussion, punchy. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes, you gotta do what you gotta do. Don't be violent. All right, let's go ahead and look at the second card. 39 Uncovered, Dowsing Pendulum, Answers and Integrity. Number 39. All right. Your crystal is yellow jasper. Oh my. Very jaspery. I don't know if this is yellow jasper, but it kind of makes me wonder. Okay. A revelation looks to be uncovered. Bear in mind the bigger picture. The woodpecker is a resourceful and adept problem solver. He may be an excellent totem to consult when important decisions need to be made. As he shows you how to balance intuition and intellect, you can communicate very directly with a woodpecker totem. He is straightforward and to the point. On the other hand, an unassuming toadstool totem should not be overlooked, as it will most definitely wait for you to ask. The question, a little like the caterpillar in the Alice in Wonderland. Oh, I read that wrong. Okay, it says, on the other hand, an unassuming toadstool totem should not be overlooked, as it will most definitely wait for you to ask the question, a little like the caterpillar in Alice in Wonderland. Okay, so the woodpecker is right there ready to go. The toadstool would wait for the question. See what tools you can uncover to help you on the path to a balanced response. Perhaps a pendulum dowser or a piece of yellow jasper, which is a wonderful stone to help in decision making. There may be some news to contemplate on the horizon involving a small but important decision to make and a matter of integrity and its revelation. Ponder the bigger picture and be mindful of those who are involved. Go within and use your own mental resources before taking action. Pendulums or other dowsing tools may be of help. So I definitely feel with this entire group, so if this isn't what you're resonating with, you would probably be in the wrong section. I'm feeling this reactive. It's almost like you feel like somebody did you wrong or threatened you in some way, and you're thinking of all these ways to stop them or thwart them. Okay. For some of you, it's somebody who's bullying your kid. For others, maybe, you're older and your kid is, with a partner that is mistreating them or something along those lines. For others, it could just be anything that's gotten you in that same protective, I've got to do something about this. So you're actually strategizing and coming up with ways to stop anything bad from happening. And your guides are saying to make sure to look at the bigger picture with this card and see, making sure who all is involved, what all would you be affecting, etc. and so forth. And so not that you would do this, but if you're going to be confronting somebody and it could be possible for you to lose your temper, you might want to wait until you're more calm, or until you know what's going on, or until you've contemplated what all the ramifications would be of that. Okay. And something's going to come to your attention to help you with this situation. So you can use dowsing or a pendulum to get your answers, or come get a reading. So funny. Also, remember your collective card in the beginning that everybody got? Go back and read that if you need to. A card came out for all 4 piles while we were shuffling, and Manifest was the card, but it was talking about journaling, sleeping, focusing on intuition or moon energy, okay? And yeah, and that maybe you're having some prophetic dreams. All right, so let's go ahead and start laying out your weekly cards here. Okay. Hang on, there they are. Oh my goodness, this card's important. And that's your last one. Okay. So we're gonna do overall energy for the whole week as well again, and then we're gonna get into using these for each day this week. Kind of changing it up a little. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. So first and foremost, okay, we have the death card here. So big change coming. It can also be something coming to an end. I feel like whatever you're worried about with this defensive energy, that your guides are saying not to worry. It's actually not as bad as you think. You don't have to like do something about it, okay? And that's why they're showing you the King of Cups. They're showing you that everything is okay. That if you're, that if it's just like a kid thing, it can be handled better by considering that both of them are children. And I know it's hard, man. I was a teacher. Some kids can be righteous little S words. And they'll have parents that match, right? But I see that something's going to change, or something's going to... okay, I'm just going to throw this out there. If someone's bothering you or giving you a hard time, put their name in a bottle. Take their name, write it on a little slip of white paper, roll it up, and then sink it in a bottle of water, just a little bottle. It can be any kind of little bottle. And then you just seal it up and put it in your freezer, and that person just kind of forgets to bother with you. Nothing bad happens to them. They just kind of set their sights on someone else. I actually gave that idea to a friend who had a kid who was actually being bullied. So that keeps popping in my head. I'm just going to say it in case somebody needed to hear it. Most people who do any kind of spell work know what the bottle spell is. And someday, when they comb through our ruins, 1,000 years from now, they're going to be like, what were all these people doing with all these little bottles in their freezers? At least I hope that's what they're going to do. I also see like your guide saying to... Okay, I'm seeing two different things. For some of you, a very helpful person is going to come in and help you with this situation by giving advice and by being giving and kind to you about the situation. But that's Queen of Pentacles. So some of you are also going to need to just be more giving in your own selves as you move forward. They're also showing success in this week with the Nine of Pentacles. She's the figure in the deck who is on her own, but she's immensely successful. She's got all kinds of wonderful things around her. So does the Queen of Pentacles. If some of you this week were worried about money, don't worry. It's going to get resolved or start to get on its way to resolving this week. Lots of money cards here as well. So now, now that all the other people left because they're like, I don't have a kid and they're not being bullied, I'm out of here. Now it's starting to feel like to me that some of you in here were wondering about finances. And that might be something where with that woodpecker energy and that fox energy, like trying to craftily figure out a way to get through this and to move forward and to do all those things. Okay. Then we have the Four of Pentacles, which is about, it's about protection. All right. But it's also about not protecting so much. It's like, I feel like there's just such this defensive energy. Like and I'm not saying don't be defensive. That's bad. I'm just saying like, I get like that where I'm like, I got to protect myself. I got to make sure everything's okay. It's a response to trauma. It's not, because like you're selfish or because you're bad. It's because at some point you had to take care of yourself, and now you feel like you've got to do it whenever something like happens. You're like, oh, I've got to take care of this. Okay. So that's also a reminder when you get into that mode to like reach out for help, because it is available to you. We all have our helpers and protectors in this world, even if we can't see them. Okay. We also have, yawn. We have 10 of Pentacles. That's an immense card of success, especially in the financial department. It can be about having as much money as you need to like feed your kids and your grandkids, right? And their spouses and all of their kids from previous marriages. This is a little Brady Bunch situation we got going on over here. All right. And then we have the Hierophant, which is about like being a teacher or having a teacher, finding good guidance, being on the right track. And it's a card of wisdom as well, like being wise or finding a wise person. Okay. So for a day-to-day, oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I've got plenty of sleep. They say that, you don't just yawn because you're tired. I feel like you're just stretching your face, much like you stretch your back or any other part of your body. They used to think it was because you were trying to get more energy, and therefore people with asthma yawned more. It's not true. Okay, so with the change card on the first day of the week tomorrow, it looks like there's going to be something along the lines that happens that kind of changes your understanding or perspective of this situation. Possibly maybe some of you put their name in a bottle and toss it in the freezer tonight, and then there's a huge change in the morning. You're like, you're right, it worked. They don't bother me anymore, or they're not bothering my kid anymore. If it's like a defensive energy about money and those kind of issues, your guides are showing like, emotional stability and emotional maturity. So they're showing that you, oh my gosh, my words are tied. But it's almost like I see, like, even though, he's kind of like, oh, what is this annoying little kid doing? I mean, she's like clearly, grabbing him in places he doesn't want her to. You ever have kids do that? It doesn't matter if you're related to them or not. They just come up and just start slapping you on like your booty, and you're like, oh, that's awesome, thanks. And they're like, parents don't do anything. They're like, is she cute? And you're like, not particularly. It's kind of making me uncomfortable. So if you heard me talking into my teacup there. So I see like he looks annoyed, but this card is also about being in service to others. So it's almost like, because of whatever change takes place the first day, that you're going to be more tolerant the next day of like people and their shenanigans, even though there's still going to be the same people doing the same shenanigans in general, not the ones that you're worried about bullying your kids. If it is about the ones bullying your kids, it's like something in your perception is going to change about it. You're going to like realize it's just a kid. There might be better ways to go about it than just going swiftly into protective mode, right? The third day is when you have more giving to give, or somebody gives to you. So like maybe you get a hold of that parent and they end up being more reasonable than you thought, or more giving in their understanding than you thought they would be. Maybe they call you, and over the course of explaining things, you're able to be more giving towards them, okay? This is also the area where the money is going to improve if you're reading about money. The 9 of Pentacles shows success all on your own. So whatever is going on with this whole situation, by the 4th day, you're going to feel like things have been a success in the situation that you were most worried about, or whatever challenge that day was the most important to you will be a success. The 5th day, some of you might just be looking at your finances and figuring out what needs to be done. For others, you might feel still protective of what's been going on. Okay. With the bullying and the, other people bothering others, this card is also about success. So like if you end up having a conversation or something along those lines, they show this matter resolving. Okay. By the 4th day, it's looking, and then by the 5th day, you might not be sure that that's what happened. I do that all the time. I'll have like I'll do a spell or I'll do like a visualization. Gosh, excuse my yawns. And something to do with yawning must be important in your reading. I just lost my train of thought. So by the 5th day, you may be like skeptical of how well everything went. And you're like, when's the other shoe gonna drop? Okay. This is a card to remind you that there's no need to feel that way, that everything is fine, you have protection. And you could actually kind of maybe let your guard down a little bit. The same goes for like money. If you've been like, money's been tight, I'm freaking out. And then on this day, I'm not saying break your bank, but if you're like, man, a latte would really hit the spot right now, even though it's $12. I remember my parents getting mad because the candy bars were 50 cents. They're like, 50 cents? When I was a kid, they were only a nickel or something like that. And I was like, man, you guys had it good. And they were bigger. They used to say that too. They were way bigger. Now you don't even get as much. And I feel the same way about chips. Very upset about chips. It's a travesty. Okay, moving right along. So at the 5th day, your guys are showing that if you were like, still hanging on to something or whatever for the financial situation, you can definitely kind of let your guard down, get that latte if you want, okay? And just get that energy flowing back in a positive, abundant way. If this is a situation with somebody bothering you or your child, this is showing you kind of worrying about, do I still need protection? And you don't. Like, you've already been a success at getting this taken care of. And then for the last 2 days, we have like, maybe you're at a family gathering and you get to have some time with them. This is also just a card about enjoying your success. So whatever this is, you're going to get over it by this next day and feel grateful. Okay. And then for the last day of the week, it's like you might teach, maybe you'll teach the bottle spell to somebody. Maybe you'll tell somebody like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so glad that I considered everybody's feelings and I didn't fly off the handle, right? I'm so glad that, that everything turned out the way that it is. And that taught me an important lesson about trusting and moving forward, etc. and so forth. It can also be, like I said, a teaching opportunity for somebody else, even just by watching you maneuver through it this way. And then it could also be that somebody wise, good grief, tell me how many times I friggin' yawned in the comment section. Jeez Louise. So it could be somebody teaching you something in some way, in a good way. But in any event, on that last day, you're going to have like some kind of an epiphany or some kind of like knowledge is going to come through, or an aha moment of someone teaching you. You might be able to opportunity to teach someone else. You might just teach them the bottle spell. And that's pretty much the whole week. Anything else, Spirit, that you want me to say to them? I think that's it. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comments section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading, there are ways to do so in the description box, my friends. Thank you and take care. Bye-bye. Hi, group 4. So if you picked the little sparkly raw citrine stone, I love this rock. It's so cute. And it can be a weapon because it's very pointy, very sharp. No, it's not really. I mean, you do some damage if you get good enough grip on it. It does have a nice little thumb thing right here. I'm just kidding. I'm not like that. Oh, where am I? All right, let's look into your week ahead. We have renewal number 7, renewal, rhythm, healing, and rest. Oh, some of you might be having a little bit of time off this week, like more so than just a weekend, couple of days. We also have 10, quickening, discovery, acceleration, knowledge, and source. Very beauteous. Okay, so what I'm seeing overall before we read about these cards out of our book is that, yeah, some of you might be taking some time off. Some of you might be going on vacation. I think it's very interesting that both of these cards have little stone hinges and that both of the characters are facing the same direction. But yeah, and then you've got a rabbit, and you've got a ram. And then, I don't know what that is. It looks like a giant pendulum, and that doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem correct. Okay, you got some pretty flowers, you got some good things going on here. So with renewal, I'm seeing like some kind of like rest is taking place. Maybe you're watching this like at the beginning of your days off as opposed to like the days before you have to go do things. I don't know. But definitely some healing is coming in for you as well. And then it's like things start to happen really quickly with the discovery, accelerating knowledge and source. It's almost like this was necessary for this to take place. So let's read from the books before I get too far into my own analyses. Fallacies. That's from a show. Tell me what it is in the comment section if you know. Okay, renewal. Your crystal is the moonstone. Be kind to yourself today as you align with the natural rhythm of the season. I'm reading these off camera because it's so hard doing it this way. Take the time to slow down and adjust to changes. The woman sits with the new shoots of spring around her, keeping a lamb warm in her coats. She is gathering, it's a lamb, not a rabbit. She is gathering her strength for new life stirring coming out of the winter chill. She uses a pink moonstone to plan and douse. She leaves charms in the tree to honor the triple goddess watching over the seasons. The living earth cycle requires a time for slowing and healing, and a time for action and life springing forth. Today, there may be subtle changes afoot. Spend time in nature. Feel everything shift just as it should. Listen to your body and allow rest and kindness where required. Yes. So yeah, it's almost like like I said, you gotta do this before you can do this. That's legit what I feel like they're saying. The lamb is also about being gentle. So like you might have the opportunity to be gentle towards someone. 7 is a lucky number in my world. And planning. It's like you're doing some planning and you're doing some dousing or figuring out like things that you need to do to set your space to get to here. Okay. If that includes rest, that's awesome. If that includes like getting better first, that's fine too, you know? For example, like say you wanted to get a tattoo, but you're taking a medication like antibiotic or, well, maybe not antibiotic. I don't know. You're taking a medication that like makes it harder to heal. And so you have to wait before you can get your tattoo until you finish that round of medicine. Because yeah, it almost feels like you just got done going through some craziness. And that could just be like some crazy stuff happened last week. But like now you're kind of like getting this chance to like heal. For those of you that are on vacation this week or taking time off, I feel like you're healing, your guides are saying to heal and rest up first before you go on your journey so that you don't get strung out. And so when you return back to your job, you don't feel even, twice as tired as you were before. And then quickening, let's look at number 10. Quickening clear quartz with silver. Ooh, a client. All right, we were going to read this to you, and then that client called. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. And I read, your stone is clear quartz and silver. So if you have anything mixed up in that area, that's pretty sweet. Good stuff for you to wear this week. As you gather self-knowing, you may experience a sense of quickening or synchronicities occurs repeatedly in rapid succession. This is a sign that the universe wants you to find its source. Become thrilled without the seeking and present without the attachment. And present without the attachment? I don't know. Here, you go ahead and read that and you decide. Okay. The girl is striding out purposefully, holding a silver staff topped with a clear quartz. Her connection to the divine. The ram symbolizes seeking and fulfillment. There is a longing to uncover and to lead, but the ego must be mastered to release any beliefs that obstruct her path. It can be incredibly exciting to find yourself on a journey when the quickening starts and you notice yourself on a trail of self-discovery at every moment. Rejoice in the experience and try to stay in the present without seeking or constructing a story. You will find the uncovering more extraordinary than you even thought possible. So, for those of you that are taking some time off, I feel like you're being told to be gentle with yourself, to take some rest and relaxation. Okay, you also need to heal and get your rejuvenation before you go on this like trip that you're going on, or whatever it is you're doing for this vacation time. The quickening shows that on that vacation, you're going to discover many things. You're going to learn all these things, and you're actually go somewhere that makes you feel closer to your creator in some way. So that's a very, very nice thing. Who are the other people that were in here? Something along the lines, if you're not on vacation, this is just kind of where you are spiritually right now for this week. You need to have some rest and rejuvenation. So even if you're not getting time off right away, like say like in the next couple of days, then your guides are saying just to rest as much as you can when you can. Ground as much as you can, like put your feet flat on the ground, imagine roots growing out, and then imagine earth energy soaking up into your body. Okay, have it go up the backs of your legs and over the front of your head into your tummy. All right, and that is a good, and to cycle around and around and around, and that will help you feel more rejuvenated, and it will help you heal faster if you need more healing. With the quickening happening, once you do that, you're going to start to feel a lot better, and spiritually things are going to start to make more sense. Decisions will become more easy to figure out. You might have like some answers to situations you weren't sure how to navigate, just kind of falling into your lap and being like, I know what to do now. Oh. But the quickening is happening, my friends, whether you're ready or not. So rest up is the other thing. You've got some big downloads coming this week. And that can also be in the form of like things with your work, things with your family, things with your relationships, whatever's on your mind for this week that's like, you know, burdening you the most or making you feel the most, you know, you're just thinking about that the most. Okay, anything else, Spirit, for those 3 different scenario type things? All right, let's go ahead and get 7 cards for each day of the week. We are going to read them overall first for just things that are needing to be focused on this week. And then we will do a day by day with each card. Hello, hello. There's that 4th one I want. And I see the 5th one right here. And now I shuffle again. Ooh, I know. Keeping you on your toes. Ooh, I feel it under my thumb. Okay. Alrighty, let's look and see what we got here. So we have, first and foremost, we've got this 6 of Wands. I don't think they're trying to make that look bad, but you know, it makes me a little uncomfortable. The two of Swords. Interesting 2 of Swords. Not your usual image for that. But we'll get into that in just a moment. The Knight of Cups. The 3 of Pentacles. The Sun. Oh. Strength. Oh, 10 of Cups. Okie dokie. So, for those of you that are thinking about relationships, you're going to feel really nice and close with your significant other by the end of this week. Gross. That's just a fun little thing that I'm throwing out there for all of you. Okay, so across the board, 6 of Wands is about being recognized and admired. And there's a power in that. So your guides could be showing you that this week, part of that quickening is you actually getting recognized for something and being admired for that. And something along the lines of, sorry, somebody's turning around in my driveway and I was about to start barking. Who are you? What do you want? What are you doing here? What? That's from a comedy show. If you can give me the title, you will win brownie points with me. Y'all gotta start telling me what things I quote so that people can go watch those things. And then you'll be like, man, that's what she watches. Ugh, what a horrible person. Okay. So being admired in some way or being recognized in some way for an accomplishment. It's also a victory card. It's about like writing back in from victory over like a war or something along those lines. Okay. Then we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is about a stalemate. It's actually about one side not being able to hurt the other. So I don't know if they just decided to freeze frame this moment for these two. It makes me feel like there's not going to be a stalemate. But like right now they're both poised to attack, but they haven't yet. Okay, so I don't know. Like that image on that card is a little bit different from the one that I'm used to. Okay, so in this case, this image is telling you to be ready to make a decision when the time comes. It might be a decision you have to make rather quickly. Okay, and with all this ascension stuff and quickening things happening, it's almost like your guides are saying, now's the time, strike the beast while he's wounded. No, don't strike anything wounded. It's already wounded. That wouldn't be nice. That would be mean. Okay, the Knight of Cups is getting an offering, somebody offering something to you. So you might have somebody coming in that is offering you like something wonderful. It could be something along the lines of romance, gross. It could also be just like your guides coming through with like an offering to help you with the spiritual journey that you're on. For those of you on vacation, I'm seeing like some split-second decisions that have to be made. It's almost like having to make executive decisions when like the boss isn't around. You might be traveling on your own or be on your own for at least a certain amount of time. And so something might come up that you have to decide on your own very quickly and you just have to do it. Okay. Something is coming in as an offering or it's a good thing. Some sort of proposal or some kind of like gift is coming towards you. Three of Pentacles shows people getting on well at work or on projects. But look how he's like kissing her foot here. I feel more recognition coming on. Positive recognition, possibly at work. Possibly those of you that are vacating for a little while or just taking a few days off. When you get back to work, they're going to be like, oh, thank God you're back, because they all missed you so much or they depend on you so much. The Sun is about everything turning out wonderful. So this changes everything that might be negative, which there's not much here that's negative at all anyway, into a positive. So this right here means that you're going to make the right decision at the right time, and it's going to be fast, good, bam, get it done, and we're on our way. Strength is here. You've got strength. You're going to feel rejuvenated by the end of the week and feeling strong and accomplished. And then the 10 of Cups is about coming home happy, healthy, enjoying time with your loved ones. It could be about, if this is a relationship situation, you're definitely going to come together at the end and enjoy each other's company. Gross. And yeah. What else? The spiritual element. So if you go on vacation, you come back, everybody's kissing your feet and being nice, okay? That's going to make you feel really good. It's going to show you how strong and what a good provider and coworker or whatever it is that you do throughout your week. It's going to make you feel like you're on top of your game. And your family is going to be very happy to see you back if you are not with them. If you were all together, you're going to enjoy being in your house coming home. Okay. Okay, what else? Something about romance. If you're wondering where you stand in a romance, I would say things are on a wonderful track to getting to where you know where you stand with this person. And I think that's all I had to say about that overall. So let's go ahead and look at each individual day. So 6 of Wands shows you tomorrow being recognized for something or having some kind of a victory that makes you go, yes. Then you're going to be faced with a decision on the second day that you have to make a quick, definitive, executive like choice of this is what I'm going to do, and you do it quickly. It's the right choice to make, so just trust your intuition and know that the sun is what you're moving towards this week. Somebody might be coming in to give you a gift, or you might be gifting something to somebody else. This doesn't have to be a monetary or physical gift. It could just be good news. It could be your partner like coming forward if it's about relationships. It could be somebody coming towards you while you're on vacation that offers you something wonderful that you weren't expecting. Okay, so something wonderful is coming towards you on the third day. The fourth day, some of you will be coming back to work and everybody's going to be very happy to see you. Okay, so this looks like it might not be that long of a vacay. Like maybe you're not traveling, you're just like having some mental health days at home, or just taking some well-deserved rest. Or maybe this is just when your weekend is it starts tomorrow and you're just seeing what the rest of the week is going to look like. People are going to be happy that you're back regardless, okay? If this is about a relationship, you're going to be getting on quite well with that person once they offer what they've offered, or once you offer what you're going to offer. People are going to be happy about the decision you made, etc. You're going to be feeling pretty darn good the next day because this day is going so well. You're just going to wake up feeling all rosy and wonderful. And then with the Strength card, because this day goes so well, you're going to be feeling like mighty for that 6th day of this week. And then the 10th day, you're going to come home, if you're coming home from vacation way over here, okay? This day would just be people telling you that they miss you and want you back, and you're actually going to really feel that, okay? This, if your return is all the way at the end, you're going to be coming home to something wonderful, okay? If this is a relationship situation, you're going to like come full circle and be like really, really happy with each other and be spending all kinds of good time together. If this is about some kind of spiritual ascension, we're seeing victory across the board as well. Making decisions, but yes, being offered wonderful things, maybe attracting people towards you who are like-minded, who are appreciative of this like work you're doing. Feeling great again on the 5th day. Feeling like a strong grizzly bear on the 6th day. Not like a violent grizzly bear, but just like a, you don't have to be violent because you're so strong, grizzly bear. And then feeling like, just you're heading home to like where you deserve to be, feeling like you are where you belong by the end of the week. And we shall stop there. I thank you for being here, my soul friends. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comments section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading, there are ways to do so in the description box. Thank you, Group 4s. We'll see you next time. Bye.